Oh, whoops, I didn't even realize I had my mic muted that whole time. There we go. I'm back. Apparently my mic was muted the whole time. But, yep, here we go. So here we are for heat race number 1 for the All-Star race. We're currently working lap 38, so we're going to have about a 20-lap sprint here as we go green. I didn't realize we were still muted. So, yep, here we go. Welcome, everybody. Really apologize for that. But, yeah, I can't believe NASCAR is forcing them to. So NASCAR threw the yellow because it was too dry to stay on the wet tires, and then decided to call the audible and force them to go wet to wet. So I don't understand. So here we go. Well, hey, you know what? At least we've gotten to the green flag. That's one thing I will say about the wet tires. I like it because in a normal race we would have been stopped we would have been stopped a lot earlier, and we would not have even gotten close to here. So here we go. So wow, okay, so maybe the wet weather tires being the preferred tire for the race. I mean, maybe if NASCAR wants, maybe let them run the groove tires in the dry even. Because again, let's say we're back to green flag racing, but yeah, they were faster on the dry tires than they were on, or they were faster on the wet tires today than they were on the dry tires in dry conditions yesterday in practice. So yeah, curious to see how that ends up developing, but here we go. Suarez pulls ahead, and he is going to try and pace him, he's going to try and pace the field here. Logano and Elliott side by side for second, though. Curious to see what Joey Logano does here to try and keep competitive here. And there we go. Let's say Briscoe looking to try and get. So we got Chase and Chase side by side. Chase Briscoe on the inside, Elliott on the outside. And Elliott is drifting back. He is. Let's say if Elliott wants a good starting spot here in the All Star race, he is going to need to make some passes. But he's currently getting freight trained on the inside. Well, Elliott's on the outside. The freight train is going by on the inside. And yeah, it looks like behind Denny, he might be able to find a hole there. But that's a lot of spots. He went from battling for the lead to 6th place, it looks like, is where he got in line finally, which is not good. You need to get in line much earlier than that. But here we go. So here we go. 14 laps to go. So we got less than 15 to go here, and we're getting ready for the end of this race. This heat race here to decide the starting lineup. Ty Gibbs winning the pit crew challenge, by the way, the other day, and getting the extra $100,000 for his pit crew, or more specifically, the pit crew getting the extra $100,000 because outside of pulling into his pit stall and getting out of his pit stall, Gibbs really didn't do much to earn the $100,000. That was for the pit crew, and then the big check is on Sunday for the All Star guys to go out there and earn a big check. But yeah, right now though, Hamlin putting the back bumper to Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney now on the outside. He's gonna try and get down. So here we go. So yeah, I'm curious to see what ends up happening here, but yeah. Right now, though, Suarez just kind of pacing away from the field. We know on the long run he was much better, but on the short run, he's not getting away as fast as he did Chase there at the end when he got the lead. So here we go. Logano, Briscoe, Hamlin and Bell side by side fighting for position. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. I thought they were side by side because Fox had their numbers flipping back and forth between positions. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, say Joey Logano is trying to hold. He's got two guys right on his bumper here, trying to fight him for the spot. So you got Bell and you got Briscoe, both going to try and get through here. I am curious to see what we end up seeing when we get 100+ laps here tomorrow night, and in both the Open and the All Star race. I mean, 100 laps for the Open and 200 for the main event. It's gonna be curious. It's gonna be curious to see what happens. I know I'm excited. Hopefully, you guys are too. But wow, Logano is now holding up 4 cars. I mean, how far will Logano go to block Briscoe here before deciding that, yeah, I'm just I'm just holding everybody up. Although with only 5 laps to go, maybe someone like Briscoe decides that I've waited long enough. I'm going to punt this guy. I mean, yeah, I think the only way you're going to move Logano, because I think it's pretty easy to tell, the bottom is the preferred line, especially right now. Maybe when we get some dry weather or later into the night, you can get the top to work in, but right now it's just the bottom. But here we go. There's a bump. It's a bump from Briscoe to Logano. But yeah, I want to. And I say 3 laps to go. You're gonna have to make a move here. You gotta put the bumper to him. Come on, Briscoe. This is your time to shine, Briscoe. Put the bumper to Logano and move him out of the way. I don't much like Logano, and certainly I want to see him get punted here to an extent. Don't want him hurt. Honestly, I don't necessarily want his car torn up, but yeah, if we can go ahead and just move him out the way, though, so that Briscoe can get on through, that'd be great. Move him all the way to the back there. Put him back in the 9th, 10th, 11th. But here we go, white flag. This is the last lap. Is Briscoe going to be too nice to do anything about it? Are you kidding me? Briscoe is going to be too nice to do anything about it, and now he's got Bell to his inside, and Logano manages to scoot away. And it's going to make this finish a little anticlimactic as Daniel Suarez wins. Logano second. 3rd place, Briscoe. 4th, Bell. 5th, Hamlin. 6th, Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott got 7th. I think Harvick ended up 8th. Harvick 8th, Cindric 9th, and Stenhouse rounds out your top 10. And then Eric Jones in 11th. So that was your first heat race. We're going to be getting ready for heat race number 2. As I said, I will be right back. I got to go do something real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, I'm back here. And as I can see, the as far as I can see, the leaderboard is not changed over, so we should be all good. Here we go. Welcome everybody to the stream. There we go. Reconnected and back up. And here we go. So talking with they're talking with Daniel Suarez after that heat race win here, and we should be good to go here, Mo, for race number 2 here shortly. Right now they just got to change over the track. They're going to send out the jet dryers, trying to get this thing dry here. But yeah, Suarez coming up on his first, the anniversary of his first career win here. So shortly, so yeah, here we go. So welcome everybody. Who do you guys think's gonna get this second? Well, once we get the drivers for the second heat or the second thing, I'll go ahead and put them up there. Also, I forgot I could do a poll for the finishes here. So yeah. They're talking with Logano now about him basically playing defense the entire second half of that, or the entire rest of that race after the restart when he burned up his tires trying to compete with Suarez. Alright, so here we go. So getting ready for a hopefully it'll be a short turnover to get the cup guy or the second heat going. It's not going as quickly as I think they budgeted about another 15, or it'll be at the 15, so about 7 minutes more of these pre-race things. Hey Eric, how's it going? So we got a Chase Elliott fan there, not really surprised. So Chase Elliott will be starting 13th in the All-Star race for you. So here we go. Just kind of waiting to see when we start to see some of these cars. When we start to see some of the second heat cars here. So I guess we know who Eric's rooting for tonight and tomorrow. But yeah. Kyle Larson won the truck race earlier. I didn't get to see a ton of that because I was busy working on the new setup. Slightly different location than previously. But yeah. I say tomorrow that's going to be an interesting story to see when we see the $1 million on the line, what some of these guys will be willing to do, or more likely what they aren't. That short list of what they aren't willing to do for $1 million. Because that is not a very long list of what they aren't willing to do for $1 million. So they're going to go to a short commercial break, and they'll be back. We are going to stay here. Just putting in some numbers. There we go. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hopefully we got a pretty good show going on. Alright, so here we go. Got that done. Didn't get the face. Actually, let me see if I can get something put up on Facebook real quick. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so they are lined up here. There we go. Busher and Austin Dillon going to be sharing the front row here for heat number 2. Curious to see that. So there we go. Oh, Kyle Busch also had a violation during. No, it's unfortunate. I just I did not know that. Kyle Busch got a penalty for the loose lug nuts from the pit crew competition. So that's unfortunate. And we're going to another commercial break. But man, Reddick, Keselowski, and Kyle Busch all nailed with pit road violations in terms of loose lug nuts left after yesterday's pit crew skills competition. So tried to go too fast, I guess, and they ended up starting at the rear because of it. So here we go. Welcome everybody. Hopefully everybody's enjoying. But yeah, still kind of waiting. Let me see if I can refresh this and get the Heat 2 lineup, or if it's still just Heat 1. There we go. I should hopefully, when it lines up, should line it up right in place. But oh wait, oh whoops, I forgot. I was watching the NASCAR truck race earlier today, and tracking it with my phone, tracking the guys who were doing double duty. So I had them all starred for the moment, but we got that taken care of, and that should hopefully solve itself. Also, gonna quickly go in and make sure I grab my points if I do need them. Oh, no, I guess I collect them tomorrow, I guess. Because there's no points for me to get for the NASCAR fan rewards. Alright, well, I guess I can put this right back up here and we can get ready for the race. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. But yeah, NASCAR All-Star Open tomorrow. The Indy 500 Last Chance Shootout. The last row shootout. That's gonna be fun to watch. I don't know if I'm gonna be staying live on the Indy 500 stuff for the poll. For the Firestone Fast Six or whatever. But for the pole position, mainly because I might want a little bit of time between that and the Open, which the Open is at like 5:30, and the top 6 is supposed to go at right at 5. So not sure I'd have the time between that, so I might take a little bit of time there. But yeah, we'll do the last row shootout for sure, though. Document who gets bumped from the field. That way they can get some of the attention that they deserve. Which it will probably end up being a Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan car. Because they had a rough few days here. But, yep. Oh, okay, so the heat race number 2 is going to be on slicks. Okay. So here we go. So, yeah, Busher, Austin Dillon, William Byron, Chastain, Larson, Truex, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick. And there's only 10 drivers in this one, so no worries about anybody missing the race. One thing, let me try and get the there we go. I think that's a little bit better in terms of the centering on the leaderboard there for you guys. All right, so welcome everybody to the stream. We got a lot of people tuning in here for heat race number 2. I just went and shifted the leaderboard down so that hopefully everything's nice and framed well. Curious to see how Reddick, Kyle Busch, and Brad Keselowski do going from the rear of the field here today. What we saw in heat race number 1 was that passing was definitely a premium here. So yeah, there was not a lot of passing that was done. But yeah, so as I said though, next week in terms of content, it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to be trying to work on. It might not all be out next week, but I'm going to try and do a few live things from the track. But yeah, going to be in Charlotte, so I'm going to be trying to get a few see the sights because Charlotte is NASCAR's home, and it's going to be cool to see it for the first time. But yep. Here we go. Hopefully everybody, if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, or if you guys are excited for heat number 2, leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss when we go live tomorrow for the last row shootout for Indy 500, for the Indy 500, or the Open, the All-Star Open, or the NASCAR All-Star main event. So 3 big events on the channel that we're going to be live streaming, but right now they are rolling on the track and they are back from commercial break and we are ready for racing here at all right, we are staying on slicks. Yay. So we get to see the slick tires. That's nice to see. No, we're not on the rain tires like we were for that last heat. Now, granted, that heat was actually pretty decent, but that's a lot of watermelon. Someone they found someone with a lot of watermelon, and there's Ross Chastain, the Melon Man. So here we go. This is going to be I think Larry McReynolds just nailed it on the head. This is the measuring stick to go by. This, when they go for heat number 2, it's later in the night. It's going to be on slicks. This is right about the time that we'll be expecting to see the green flag tomorrow for the All-Star race. And again, they're on slicks. The track is dry, so we're going to be expecting to see very similar results here. But yep. Here we go. Green. Green flag is out, and they are racing at North Wilkesboro. So here we go. Let's say, was that Busher launching with the lead? Yeah, that was Busher launching to the lead. Austin Dillon second. William Byron third. Chastain settles into 4th. 5th, Larson. 6th, Truex Jr. 7th, Wallace. Oh no, 7th, say side by side still between Wallace and Keselowski. I thought they all got single file there really quick, but no, looks like we still got a side by side battle for the lead. But yeah, here we go. Yep, and yeah, Keselowski is dropping. He's going to drop all the way to the tail end of the field, so he is now in 10th place, moving Kyle Busch and Reddick up a spot there for him trying to make the pass there around the outside. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and put in the poll here. Although we're going to say it's a 60-lap run, so it could very easily change as to who the contenders are, but based on what we saw. Alright, so here we go. We got Chris Buescher. Alright, let's see. We got Austin Dillon. We got Byron. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so here we go. There we go. I just went and put it up. Larson trying to make a pass here on Chastain. Curious to see what those two do. They were getting... As I say, those two were getting into it last week on the racetrack at Darlington for their position. So yeah, curious to see what ends up happening here. But here we go. Hopefully you guys are excited for this one. I went and put up a poll so you guys can go ahead and let us know who you guys think is going to win this heat. But yeah, so right now though, so here we go. All right, whoa! Larson actually fell off the back of Chastain there. Sorry, I'm trying to keep a better eye on the race. Give me a second. Just try. We got a lot going on here, and now it's showing poor video quality. But yeah. Right now, though, Buescher definitely looking like he's got this lead for now, at least. But it's a long race, so we could still see this one go green for a while. So here we go, here we go. Hey Doran, how's it going? We got ourselves we got ourselves the second heat race going now. The first heat was won by Suarez in pretty convincing fashion, and now we got Chris Buescher going out here, and he is driving this one. So yeah, again, I'm expecting that this heat race will be a lot like the last one, where we won't see a lot of contending for a lot of people contending to try and change this one around in terms of positioning, because yeah. So far we've seen everybody being very polite. Kyle Busch seeming to struggle a lot here, though. He's back to 10th again, and he's falling behind Keselowski now. Here we go. Oh, and they sound really slow going by there. They, no, well, they're still racing. Okay. Just, I guess the camera angle they were showing was through the corner where they do slow down to make the corner. But, yeah, kind of surprised, though, to see it was, this slow. Not sure why my, thing is lagging so bad, but, yeah. I'm going to try and, reduce the power from my computer. Just see if I can, make that a little better for you guys. But here we go. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. We're about we're reaching lap 5. We're reaching lap 18 here, so getting close to that 1/3 mark here on the race. So curious to see what'll happen if this one goes all the way through without any trouble. Because if we go 60 laps, I'm curious to see what these tires end up looking like after 60 laps, since we're going 100, and then we're gonna have a caution flag, so we'll see no more than 100 laps on anyone's tires. But yeah, the time on the tires though is gonna be curious to see. Trying to figure out what's going on with the stream and why it keeps going buffering so badly. Because here we go. And say right now, unfortunately, these heat races have not been as action packed as I was kind of expecting. And I think Larson might be just biding his time though, honestly, because I think he knows if he went and paid Chastain back a bit right now, that he would certainly get it right back at him. That Chastain would go and hit him right back. So. But yeah, that's pretty much the name of the game right now, though, is basically just keep your car under you. And yeah, because I believe they get to start on a fresh set of tires from the heat race, so they can. But yeah, they can go ahead and run the. Yeah, they can go ahead and just kind of run these tires out. But again, you need these tires to go 60 laps. You don't want to run out. But yep, here we go, getting ready for a pretty good race here. Oh, we got a yellow. What's yellow for? Let's say 4 fresh tires here. Check the tire wear. But why are we throwing the caution? I don't remember there being scheduled yellows here in the heats. You're kidding me. Somebody saw some rain, and that's what the caution's for. So that's what apparently the caution is for, is weather. Apparently somebody saw some rain. But man, I don't know. I don't like that call. I wish that we just could have the. Oh, one second. Yeah, I kind of wish we could just have the race run again. I kind of wanted to see what 60 lap tires here would look like. Oh, Chastain's team is readying the wet weather tires. Are they putting wets on? Try to get the camera a little bit more centered here. But here we go. That is not a good thing, though, when you see the wet weather tires coming out. I'm curious if we see a mix, though. If we see some guys on the wets and some guys on the dries. Hey, Trevin, how's it going? And yeah, Mother Nature. Fun times. Fun times. So we got ourselves a yellow flag here. They're going to commercial break, and we are waiting here to see this one. I guess let's double check our poll here. So, we had 2 votes so far, so it seems like we're between Austin Dillon and William Byron here for who we think's going to get this heat win. So, nobody thinks Buscher's going to be able to hold on to it from the poll. All right, curious to see what ends up happening, but that's a bold call there. But yeah, so once this thing gets back from commercial break, though, we'll be back and should be good to go here. Here we go. But yeah, I also saw I got a chance to catch a couple clips from the USFL today, and man, there was an amazing kick return. Attempted field goal came up short. Guy returned it for essentially a 110-yard touchdown, which I mean you don't see that happen very frequently. 100. It was officially ranked at 109 because technically you can't have 110 yards, but yeah, it was literally inches, and I even had to watch it back with my dad a couple of times to see if the guy did step out of bounds, even though again they called it as he didn't. And yeah, the heel didn't go down. And oh wow, there's notable rain there. Is this gonna shut down the race, or is we gonna race in the rain? All right, here we go. They're coming down pit road, and it looks like they're getting ready for some competitive pit stops. Looks like they're competing, at least in terms of the speed they're going. Yeah, they're hustling. So yeah, Chastain's out of his pit box. It looks like we got competitive pit stops here as we're getting ready for Mother Nature to have her way with this race. And here we go. Buscher coming out of his pit stall here. Oh, Chastain with the big move to the front of the field here. As we hit the halfway mark, Chastain taking the race lead. Curious to see what happens. But there we go. Yeah, so now I'm starting to understand the wet weather tires, and honestly, even the rain yellow. I'm okay with it. I wasn't. I didn't think it was a big deal that we needed the rain tires, but they're starting to make some sense. So we'll be going green, I think, right at halfway, I think. Oh. Alright, so if this heat gets rain shortened. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but they were just talking about if they didn't get to halfway, or they weren't able to complete both heats, which I'm guessing means at least getting to halfway in heat 2. But yeah, needing to make sure that you get that, because yeah, needed to be official. But yep, once it gets to the official point, though, here we go. Wipers at the ready. Rain lights on. Okay, they look ready to go. I'm curious to see what ends up happening here, though. Choose code? Oh, Buscher is still showing as the race leader. What? Why did they show when... I say, was it uncompetitive pit stops, but everybody was just kind of rushing? I thought Chastain was one of the first ones off. Maybe I just was misseeing. Here we go. So, yep. It's a pretty good race, though, so far. I'm excited. But, yep, here we go. So, getting ready for the restart, and Buescher has control of this thing. So, Buescher and Byron on the front row here. As I say, they're on wet weather tires here, and we got less than half the race to go. I'm curious to see what ends up happening here in the end. So Buescher ends up going to the inside at the last minute, and he gets the spot. All right, here we go. And Buescher clears him. So Buescher clears the front row here for it. So here we go. Let's see. Wow, Byron. Okay, Byron able to get in line second here. Chastain going to be looking for somewhere to find his way in line. Is he gonna try and cut off Kyle Larson? I don't know. If I'm Larson, maybe I even try and force him up the track. Although I don't know if I want to re-agitate him because I don't need him costing me $1 million tomorrow night. But yeah, right now those two, they are fighting it out. Again, Chastain just looking for some way to get on the inside. Oh, Eric thinks Byron's got this one. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody really be super aggressive to make a pass yet tonight. I mean, the closest we saw was in heat number 1. Suarez made several big bumps to the back bumper of Elliott before he eventually moved over. But yeah, here we go. I say Chastain, he is trying to get to the bottom, but he just can't get there when there's other cars to his inside. But here we go, William Byron though still running second. He's definitely close enough that he could probably try something, but I don't know. Buescher looks to be sliding away here just a little bit. But yeah, some heavy mist here. Man, these heats though, they're not going by very quickly, or they're going by very quickly. I mean, we might not even be here for a full. Oh, we are here for a full hour actually already. But yeah. So here we go. Looks like Chastain may have found his way in line here behind Reddick. So after Reddick and in front of Kyle Busch is where Chastain finally settled here. But here we go. It's going to be a fun one. Let's see who's going to get this. Well, we got 20 laps to go. 20 to go this time by. I just don't know what anybody's going to be able to do because Buescher has shown so much speed here early on. But yeah, right now, Kyle Larson's looking like a very fast car here, though. Say the Hendrick cars have really been kind of the dominant force on the short tracks this year. In particular, I remember how they were running at Phoenix earlier this year, and between Larson and Byron, I think they led almost the entire day. But yeah, here we go. Let's say Lakers Nuggets just started over on ESPN, I believe. And here we go. Let's Larson and Bubba fighting it out. Bubba forces his way to that inside, and Larson now forced to the outside here. So here we go. Yeah, there we go. Brad Keselowski gets by Kyle Larson here. And Larson is going to drop a lot of spots after Bubba muscled him out the way there. There we go. He gets... Larson finally cuts down in front of Reddick here to stop the bleeding on his lap time and on his finishing position here. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but it is not looking good here. 15 laps to go. 15 more times around. So yeah, essentially you gain 2 spots for every... It's essentially 2 positions on the starting grid tomorrow for whichever one you... for however far up the field you end up. So here we go. Keselowski is starting to make some passes, though. And again, I think even just making some passes tonight, it'll make it a whole lot easier for you when push comes to shove tomorrow night. Because tomorrow night is going to be the key. Because that's when the $1 million is on the line. And if it's going to be tough to pass, if you can make some of those passes tonight, that will make your job a whole lot easier on Sunday. Again, the guys in the All-Star Open are going to be in a really tough spot because they got to try and get their way to the front with, they got to try and find their way through all of the traffic because they'll be forced to the rear. They'll get 100 laps of practice basically from the All-Star Open, but I don't know. It's looking like it's going to be really tough to pass. So I'm not sure I would trade the speed in the car. I don't know if I would trade 100 extra laps of practice for starting at the rear. I'd be curious to see what the rest of the NASCAR Cup field, in terms of crew chiefs and drivers, are feeling. If they would take 100 extra laps of practice if it meant having to start at the rear of the field on Sunday. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's already starting at the tail end wouldn't mind, but yeah. Curious to see what ends up happening, but yeah, the Cup guys, they get 60 laps of practice, so essentially it would be 40 laps of practice for starting at the rear, which really makes, I think, this decision pretty easy, honestly. I think you go... and you take your starting spot, even if it means 30 less laps of practice here. But yeah, right now, Brad and Bubba, though, those two have been locking horns here for a little while. And we got under 10 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. 7 to go. 7 laps here, and now Austin Dillon is attacking. Hey, Will, how's it going? But yeah, we got ourselves a fight here at the end. We're coming to 6 laps to go, and Bubba just got passed by Brad Keselowski. I know Will's a big Bubba Wallace fan, but yep, there we go. Brad just gave him a nice big shot there to get by him. I also saw Byron and Austin Dillon were side by side. Looks like Austin Dillon's won that battle already, so they're now single file, but I don't think anyone's catching Buescher here. I think Buescher's got a comfortable enough lead that it's going to be tough to catch or pass him here. But yep, here we go. So, here we go. Yeah, and that's why I came on live. So, here we go. Buescher is going to have a really nice time, though. He's going to be starting on the front row here if he can just hold on for 3 more laps. But yeah, they have 2 heat races tonight, then tomorrow at 5:30 for the All-Star Open. I'll also be doing the last row shootout for the Indy 500 here. And then we'll be back for the All-Star race at 8 o'clock as well. So, yeah, should be a pretty good night of racing, though, tomorrow. Between, again, Indy 500, pole, and last row shootout if you're an IndyCar fan. And if you're a NASCAR fan, you've got the All-Star Open and All-Star race. So, here we go. White flag for Chris Buescher, and it's going to be hard to pat. It's going to be hard for anyone to beat Chris Buescher here. I think he's got it. And here we go, coming down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. Chris Buescher off of turn 4, and Chris Buescher will be your Heat 2 winner. So Chris Buescher wins Heat race number 2 over Austin Dillon, William Byron, Brad Keselowski, and Bubba Wallace, rounding out your top 5. 6th place MTJ, 7th place Kyle Busch, 8th place Kyle Larson, 9th Chastain, and 10th will be Tyler Reddick. So, hey, you know what? Kyle Busch, I said he didn't look too great, but he made 3 passes. That's essentially 6 spots further up the field that he gets to start tomorrow night for the All-Star race. But, yeah, so they're going to be doing some interviews with the drivers and whatnot, but, yeah. Hey, B5, and you outran 1, 2, 3 different Cup champions, and everybody behind Bubba. Well, I guess it's kind of goes without saying everybody in this race is a race winner in the last year. But yeah, you outran 3 Cup champions though, so very good job for Bubba Wallace, especially for. Larson he was in traffic early, and then he ended up off the bottom of the racetrack because of Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace moved Kyle Larson up the track, and Larson drifted all the way back and had to try and fight his way back to the front. That's what ended up happening to him. So, yeah, that's what ended up happening to Larson. Kyle Busch, Reddick, and Brad Keselowski all had to start at the tail end of the field because of loose lug nuts during the pit crew competition yesterday, which is what they used to set the grid for tonight's All-Star race. So that's how they set the All-Star race lineup. So Suarez and Buescher will be your front row for the NASCAR All-Star race. I think it's Elliott and Dillon that are going to share row number 2, so. But, yeah, so we'll be back, though, tomorrow at 4 o'clock for the last row shootout, 5:30 for the All-Star Open, and then 8 o'clock for the All-Star race. But, yeah, I'm going to hop off of here, though. And say all the races are done for the night, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you guys did, leave a like on the stream, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss the live streams. The other live streams are up, so you can go ahead and ding their bells to make sure that you get notified when they go live. But until then, this has been Ryan Dyer on YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys had to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!